Hey everybody, this is Eric for Planting Seeds for Life, and today on Friday Faith we're going to talk about Joseph. You know, the reason why I find Joseph interesting is because in his time of living, God was... See that cat? That cat is named Monkey, and she goes everywhere, up, up, up. Anyway, Joseph was, he lived in a time period where God was looking for somebody. God is always looking for somebody to do something important for him. And what God had in mind for Joseph is that he wanted him to run an entire country during a famine and be like an ambassador to the world. So how do you do that? How do you take a 17-year-old shepherd boy and turn him into like the second most powerful ruler in the world? God had an interesting way of doing it. He went ahead and allowed him to be sold into slavery, and he gave him favor with his masters. And so when he started working, Joseph worked really hard, and his masters saw that everything that he touched was really blessed, and so he started putting him in charge of more. And when Joseph was successful with that, he got so successful that his master's wife wanted him, and Joseph didn't want to be involved in that, and so he ran away from that and ended up, it didn't matter, he was falsely accused, and so his master put him into jail. Normally, if his master had really believed that it was his fault, he would have been dead. But in order to save face, his master put him in jail. And then he ended up in jail, gaining favor with the warden, and the warden put him in charge of all the prisoners. And so he worked there for a long time, and one day the butler and the baker came from they were put in there from the Pharaoh put him in there because he was not happy with them. They ended up having some dreams, and one of them dreamed a good dream, and one of them dreamed a bad dream. The one that dreamed a good dream got to go back and have his old job back, and the other one got to be hanged. But it took the one that had the good dream to bring it to Pharaoh's attention several years later when Pharaoh dreamed a dream. And then finally Joseph was ready to do the job that God wanted him to. Going through all of those different things was like Joseph was in the school of affliction. He was learning how to get through things in tough times. And so when it came down to him having to run a country in tough times, he knew exactly what to do. He set things up so that the people would be able to not starve to death when the tough time came. And not only that, he was able to witness about God to the rest of the world. I mean, can you imagine how many people came to Egypt in the famine and got food because they had food stored up, and there was nobody left who had done that in the rest of the world? So if you were somebody doing that and you came to Egypt, what would be the first question you would ask? Wouldn't it be, how did you know about this? What made you save up all this food? And then Joseph had the opportunity to witness for God. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for the day. Thanks for watching. God bless, and see you next time.